Welcome to the SEGA Lounge, where we celebrate our love for all things SEGA, including the games, the music, and the community. I'm your host, KC. Join me as I talk to different guests and learn more about their projects and passion for SEGA. Hello and welcome to the SEGA Lounge. My name's KC, I'm your host. Welcome to episode 278 of the show. This week, dedicated to two very special pieces of hardware, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Welcome to the SEGA Lounge. This is the podcast that's all about SEGA, the music, the games, the community, everything in between, and also good friends like the ones joining me today. Hey, SEGA friends.
Hey.
Hey. So we have Mr. Green Vibrate returning. Hello.
Don't keep me away. Recently, can you, Casey?
Always here. I want you to be here. Always. Welcome. Hope you're doing well.
I'm excited to talk about this, for sure.
Yeah. And joining us from the SEGA Spirit podcast, we have returning guest Graham. Hello, Graham.
Hello. Hi. Thanks for having me back. Yeah. Fantastic. Very excited.
Always a pleasure. Yeah, very excited. So first of all, have you guys been playing Sonic Racing Crossworlds?
A tiny bit. I got it the other day and I played the first Grand Prix, I guess. And yeah, it's good. I need to play more of it, but yeah, so far so good. Yeah.
Okay. Hyper, I know you have, right? But
yeah, just don't bother asking. Since Thursday, it's been nonstop.
Did you take part in the festival?
I did as much as required. I'm still not huge on them, so I did as much as I needed to get the rewards, and then dipped out and did other things in the game instead.
Okay, it's over, right? We're recording this on Monday, so it's over now, right?
Yeah, it ended at midnight or something like that.
Like half past midnight or something. Yeah, for people in the UK, Western Europe time. Weird schedule, I think. I actually forgot all about it this weekend, and then I saw someone. I saw someone started a stream yesterday afternoon. Oh, let's check the festival, and I was like, oh, wait, the festival! I want those tickets and those cosmetics. And so I spent like 3 hours playing through the whole thing. I didn't get to the title thingy that you get, I think it's 1,000 points.
1,000, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to that, but I was very, very close. But at some point, I was like, that's enough. I'm old and tired. Let's go.
So for people who don't know, what is the festival? Because I actually had no idea what this is.
Yeah, so festivals are like events, special events that happen every other weekend. There was the Hatsune Miku Festival when the game launched, the weekend after the game launched. Then this weekend was the Minecraft Festival because they just unlocked the Minecraft characters and course, I guess.
Something did appear on the game when I booted it up about Minecraft, and I immediately ignored it and went straight to play the first Grand Prix.
Good decision.
Good decision, yeah. So, and by the way, after you played the first Grand Prix and probably beat that, you unlocked online play. Which I think
I did. Yeah,
it wasn't available. I think that's how it works, right? So when you first put the game, you can't X online play. I think it forces you to.
There was definitely something that was blocked. It might have been the multiplayer. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I believe so. And so one kind of maybe annoying thing is that during festivals, you can't really do other things. You can't. I mean, I think you can play with friends.
Yeah, friend lobbies still exist.
Friend lobbies exist, but you can't really play like the normal, regular races online.
Okay.
The only thing you can do is take part in these races that are part of the festival. And they have like special rules. They're team races.
Party mode, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like do some wacky race variation with this rule that's like grab all the rings or whatever. There's not just like pure races.
Right.
During the festivals.
And you're part of a team. There are 3 teams always involved, like 3 teams of 4 players, and each. And so you want to help your team to win, And it's not just the race, their like position at the end of the race. It's also that special rule, like the get all the rings or do spin drifts or whatever it is. And that will count towards like a final bonus. The team who gets more of that will get a 10-point bonus at the end. So maybe even if you didn't get the first place in the race, like your team didn't get first, maybe with that added bonus, you can get first place, which means extra rewards.
Cool. Okay. It sounds quite interesting, but yeah, I guess it's annoying if they block other
Yeah.
For people who don't want to take part in the festival, I guess probably a little annoying. but it's cool. It's cool. It's just I don't think it'll be every so far we had like 2, so every other week, right? So I don't think they'll keep that pacing going forward.
Yeah,
definitely once
intense.
I think when the paid DLC slows up, it will be a bit shorter because I think after SpongeBob, isn't there none until next year or something like that? I recall seeing.
I haven't checked. We're supposed to be getting a Joker, right?
Yeah, the free DLC continues, but all the paid stuff gets really slow after the second pack, I think.
So you think
we'll probably get a bit more downtime, like one a month. SEGA characters, I think.
Yeah, I think
which is a bit more reasonable, I think, than every 2 weeks.
Yeah, a little bit like for Splatoon fans, like the Splatfest events.
Yeah,
they when the games launch, they have like one every month, and then it starts slowing down, and they completely remove those events at some point. Yeah. Okay, so that's Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Do check it out. But today we're here to talk about something else, and I'm gonna change scenes so I can do something here. Can I do it? Yeah, we're going to talk about these 2 little fellas here. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
You're so much more prepared than me.
That's even better. Wait, let's show Graham. There we go. And because Viper wants to join the party.
There's my Genesis just to...
Boo.
To be different.
To be different. And so this was amazing audio podcasting here right now. So for podcast listeners, we were all showing our Mega Drive Minis, right? So that's what we're talking about, 1 and 2 in my case. So and Genesis Mini in Viper's case. So that's what we're here to talk about. We're talking about the Mega Drive Mini and the Mega Drive Mini 2 for our friends over stateside, the Genesis Mini and Genesis Mini 2, I guess. So what we're discussing today applies to that as well. And for people in Japan, it's also the Mega Drive Mini and Mega Drive Mini 2, I guess, although they're different in the games that are included on the systems. So we're going to talk a little bit about how they came to be, maybe some interesting facts, and then we'll dive into the games and our thoughts. We'll probably share some footage as well that I recorded. So yeah, I think it'll be a fun episode. My reasoning here is they both celebrate birthdays this month, although not really big milestone birthdays, anniversaries, but
no.
I guess I think I forgot about the Mega Drive Mini 5th anniversary last year, I believe. And I'm not patient enough to wait like 2 more years for the Mega Drive Mini 2's 5th anniversary. So let's do that. So the Mega Drive Mini 1, I guess, was released in Europe at least, because it was like almost a month later in Europe, October, the 4th of October 2019. So that's 6 years ago this month. It was actually released on the 19th of September in Japan and the US. So for some reason we got a little bit of a delay here in terms of release dates. The Mega Drive Mini 2 was released October 27th, 2022. So also celebrating its anniversary this month. So let's talk about the first one, the first mini, which was this little fella here that looked exactly like a miniature Mega Drive Model 1. Right?
No, put that away. Put that away.
And that's good that we've got variety. Viper's got the Genesis one. Do you have the Mega Drive one as well?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Do you have all three? No.
Whoa.
Do you have the Japanese one as well?
This is the Japanese 2. There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
And they're the only ones I have. I have the regional variations of those two.
Okay.
But I don't have the... if I'm not showing it, I don't have it. I can't quite put it into words. I don't have the Japanese one, unfortunately, and I don't have the American 2, but would like to one day, definitely.
Yeah.
My other ones are in boxes for some reason. I don't know why these are the ones that are out. My European ones. But hey-ho.
Yeah, I actually had them. They're always somewhere close here in the office, but they were a little bit dusty. So I took this opportunity to clean them up so I could both play them and show them on camera. And I'm very fond of this first one because first of all, it was the first one, so it was like a bit of a surprise that we got this. I mean, I don't know if it was a surprise, but something that there were other mini consoles that were released prior to this by other companies, like I believe the NES and the Super NES were both released before this. The PlayStation Classic, I believe.
Yeah, that predates it, doesn't it?
Prior to this as well. That was a bit of a flop in terms of like people were not really pleased with the product, but apparently it was easily moddable, so people ended up using it for improving other purposes and improving upon the product themselves. But I'm very fond of the first one as well, because this was the model of the Mega Drive that I owned when I was a kid. So I had the Mega Drive 1. I know I don't know many people actually who owned the Mega Drive 1. I think most people that I know had the Mega Drive 2 growing up.
I've got the Mega Drive 1. I've still got my very first Mega Drive 1 that I ever had. So
excellent.
Yeah. Love it.
And so this design always is very very nostalgic, and I really love this. So both consoles are actually 55% smaller than the original. Shocking, I know, it's a mini. They're 55% smaller, but yeah. And this is a project that was very interesting in how they made it, because usually what happens is like someone in the company comes up with an idea for hardware or software, and they run it up the higher ups and get approval. This time around, it was the other way. So the higher ups said, no, let's do a miniature Mega Drive with built-in games. And then they put together a team. There was not really a specific team of people for the Mega Drive Mini. It was like not a specific department, but they actually went and grabbed a lot of people from different departments in Sega. And it was headed by Mr. Forgot the name, Hiroyuki Miyazaki. He put together the team for this, and Yosuke Okunari, which is a more familiar name, at least for me, in terms of like social media. He is quite active there. He was the producer for this. He is also the man who's behind like the Sega Ages projects, the 3D Classics projects. So he's very involved with like Sega history, Sega Classics, right? And he lent his expertise to this project. What was interesting was emulation was handled by M2. Not only interesting, but a relief as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I also, throughout the years, acquired a few like Mega Drive minis or Genesis minis. There we go. Like that, is that the 80 games one?
Yeah, it's on my desk. There you go.
There we go. I also found this one when I was like putting together this. Yeah. Amazing sound emulation. right?
Yeah. I love it as a bit of kit, but yeah, the sound emulation just really lets it down, which is unfortunate.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I wish it was better, but
I don't know if you can see. I've got the really
yeah.
bad one. Actually, I can go and grab it. 1 second.
Yeah. So we're seeing 2 boxes here. I'm narrating for podcast listeners.
Sorry.
What's happening?
Sorry.
He's
Step
back
away.
with
Got the terrible at games thing.
Yeah, there we go. Classic game console, 80 games included. Yeah, plug and play.
But I remember seeing this in a shop and I didn't even know it existed and thought, what? That looks so good. And I looked at the back, it's like, you can put your own game cartridge in it. This is amazing. Got it home, turned on Sonic 1. I was like, what? What is this? This is terrible. It's like, this, I don't remember Sonic being this bad. Like, oh my God. Man, yeah.
Yeah. But it was actually licensed by Sega. All these consoles were licensed by Sega.
Yeah.
I had the same reaction when I saw it in a store as you, Graham. Oh, this looks amazing. But I remembered the one that Viper showed. I also have that, and I remember how bad it was. So I thought, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. maybe if I'm feeling crazy one of these days, I'll pick it up. And I can still see it around, readily available.
It's a Christmas stocking filler, isn't it? It pops up every year around this time of year that we're recording this. There it is again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should mention this now or mention it later, but I've also got the other at games one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that one.
So actually, that's
a bigger box.
Games one?
It says at games.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. So because I think there was another one you could get as well, which wasn't at games.
It says on top. Yeah.
It's really good. Genuinely. They sorted out the emulation. It's got good games. You can put cartridges in as well. It's actually a good model, but people didn't buy it because of their previous rubbish they made. So everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not sure about that." And then I bought it. I was like, "This is genuinely good." And the quite a lot of reviews were like, "This is good. Get it." Basically, it's got a good range of games on it as well. Instead of like Street Fighter, it's got Mortal Kombat 2 and stuff, and Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D. It's got Vexman 2. It's got a really good range of games on it, and you can put your own games in it too, like proper Mega Drive games.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's worth it if you can find it, and it's not too expensive. I don't know how much it would cost these days, but
I can see it going for like £150 on eBay.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it on Amazon at all?
I don't think so. I don't remember this one at all. I remember like the Sega Mega Drive Flashback name. I remember seeing it somewhere, but I don't remember seeing the console itself anywhere.
There's some used ones on Amazon for £85.
That's not bad.
That's much better.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'd say it's worth it. Check it out. Yeah.
I'll actually check it out. Okay, so and that's it. I think for this alone, it was worth it. So thank you for listening to the Sega Lounge. I'm going to try to get one of these Mega Drive flashbacks. How much did you say was on Amazon for you?
It said £85 for me.
Okay, €350 for me.
Whoa!
Is that brand new or used?
Probably brand new. Like
okay,
it's the only entry I'm getting here.
This one said it was used. So
okay. I'll have to look around a little bit better.
Okay.
Anyway,
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thanks for sharing. Fun fact about the development: this one had like traditionally, it had a code name. It was. Do you guys know what the code name for this was?
Oh, I've heard it once, but couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I've heard it, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, same.
So I'm going to give away some potential Sega Lounge Challenge answers. Like right now, the Mega Drive Mini's codename was Moon. Why, you ask? Why, you ask? Because they were under the impression that the code name, the development code name for the Mega Drive, the original Mega Drive, was Earth. Although that's an urban legend. There's a very cool video that I completely I had forgotten about this completely, but like this the man that I mentioned before, Hiroyuki Miyazaki, like the team lead on this project, he for Sega 60th anniversary, he did a video with like a quiz of Sega history regarding hardware, and he explains it in a very detailed manner, the different code names and the planets and the different consoles. For example, the Mercury was the code name for the Game Gear. Sorry, the Mega Drive's code name was actually the Mark V. Okay, so Mark III, Master System, and then they went with Mark V. That was the code name. The 32X was the Mars. The Nomad it was the Venus, and the Saturn was Saturn, obviously, among other code names for different variations, but just a few. He talks about other code names as well, but it's very, very interesting. And
how it's interesting as well that like Saturn and the Neptune, they kept with those code names as the actual official name, whereas other ones they changed. And I guess the Mark III for the Master System, that was still called Mark III in Japan, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah,
different system.
Prior to the Master System, I think it was like a previous version of the Master System.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they upgraded the Mark III to the
yeah.
Master System at some point.
Right, okay, right.
Yeah, it was initially Mark III for its early releases.
So SG-1000 Mark III, the Master System.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool thing. So the Miyazaki-san himself said, I thought the Mega Drive was codenamed Earth. That was my understanding as well. But apparently that's an urban legend. So not really. Wow. Even internally. And so that's why they decided to codename the Mega Drive Mini Moon. Earth, Moon. Smaller. Makes sense. Smart, but not that smart because it was a mistake. It wasn't true. It was just a rumor. But the higher ups decided it's okay. Let's keep it.
I want to know what the Mega Drive Mini 2 was now. I can't actually remember that either.
I don't think I even thought of looking that up. To be
Never
honest.
crossed your mind.
Not really. I was so
it.
enthralled by the story of the Moon and Earth code names that I don't really.
My thing saying is Sega never announced a new code name for the Mini 2.
Oh, that's sad.
It's the smaller moon. Second moon?
I don't find evidence of it in the code either, looking at a different site. So, yeah, no idea. That's sad. It would have been fun to...
Yeah.
Like the 2 needed more stuff like that. It would have been amazing.
And it's like very cool, a lot of like, this is content for my challenges. So I appreciate that. Do give us more of this. Yeah. And so like the Mega Drive Mini 2, the initial one also had different games in different regions, right? So there were like Japanese exclusive games, Western exclusive games, and there were also like the Asian version, like the China, Taiwan, Southeast Asia. Also
I remember that having a really good games list. I remember thinking I want to import that one, which actually, funnily enough, is why I ended up with this Genesis, thinking it would have the same game list. And it doesn't. It has the American game list. This is from one of the Southern Asian countries. Can't remember which one. But yeah, same game list as America, unfortunately.
Right, like just giving a very quick look, I can see Musha Alesti on the Asian one. We didn't have...
Outrun 2019 was on the Asian
Outrun
one as well. I
2019,
think that was pretty good.
Yes. Puyo Puyo and Puyo Puyo 2. Puzzle in Action Tent R. This is the original one, the Mega Drive Mini 1. They had Shining Force 1 and 2. Yes, Graham.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe, I don't know if you're going to go on to this in a second, but Puyo Puyo, I thought on the Mega Drive version you could switch language and you'd get Puyo Puyo instead of Dr. Robotnik.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And even if you don't, right, it's exactly the same game. If you think about it, it's a reskin. Somewhat. Yeah. But yeah, Slap Fight MD is also in the Asian one. Snow Bros.
That's what? I love that game.
It's a great list. I remember being like, "What? Why don't we get this?"
Yeah, actually, they didn't get to Gem Earl. They didn't get Vector Man. They had Vampire Killer. We had that as well, like Castlevania Bloodlines. Vermilion. Wonder Boy 5 Monster World 3. I think it's the same as Wonder Boy Monster World. Yeah.
My brain hurts thinking about conventions too much. Naming conventions that series are rough.
Yeah. There were some exclusive ones to the Asian version, and of course some exclusives to the Japanese one. The big two games, like big, I guess hooks for this were Darius, which we got, which is a completely new port for the Mega Drive, and Tetris. The unreleased version of Tetris for the Mega Drive was also...
I think technically that one's also a new port. I think it's edited from that original unreleased version.
Okay. I believe they took the arcade version or something for the Mega Drive Mini. Something like that. So it wasn't actually the original Mega Drive version or something like that,
Yeah. I realize I should be showing stuff. Maybe. We have like the whole list here, right?
Yeah, there we go.
This is the Mega Drive Mini one. Yeah. So it's like it's a more faithful port of the arcade version than the port that they were working on that was never released back in like 1989 or something. And this was actually licensed.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the Mega Drive version was released, but only like 5 copies went out before they were told, no, you can't sell that. So I could be wrong.
Could be. Could be. Let me check. Let me check.
I think what I saw the other day was they were working under the assumption they had a good license from the Tetris company, but the license didn't actually cover console games. It covered computing something. And therefore, Nintendo had the console game one. They started production very early and went, no, not touching that. And then pulled it quite quick. But...
Watch the Tetris movie. That will actually explain that.
Oh, yeah, true.
Right? Have you guys watched that? You guys seen that?
I haven't actually.
Oh, it's really good.
Meaning to.
Probably a very romanticized version of what really happened, including like high speed chases through Moscow and stuff. But other than that, it's a very entertaining and very cool movie. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome!
Highly recommend it.
I just did a quick search, and apparently some prototype cartridges exist in the world of Tetris, but it was not commercially released. So man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So Sega planned to release their Mega Drive version of Tetris on the 15th of April 1989, but they suddenly canceled shipments of the title after they learned the Mega Drive rights they acquired were bogus. It is thought that fewer than 10 cartridges were produced, and some of the copies that survived were sold in auctions for up to $16,000. One signed copy was infamously sold for $1 million.
Whoa!
Yeah. What was it? 16,000 for one of them? That's not a bad price for like a bit of gaming history like that, right? Like, that's a bargain.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not paying it, but not bad.
Wow.
In an interview with Miyazaki-san about the Mega Drive Mini, he stated that he would have been fired if he had known what happened to the unreleased copies. Okay. Despite Sega's efforts, the game quickly became widespread in the unlicensed Mega Drive market, becoming so common as to even appear in the 1992 Jackie Chan film Police Story 3 Super Cop. Really? Didn't know this. According to Sega Retro. Yeah. So they were probably like playing Tetris on that game? On that movie?
Okay, that's interesting because the version I've got the UK version of that movie, and they're playing Sonic the Hedgehog in it.
Oh,
I don't remember them playing. I distinctly remember them playing Sonic the Hedgehog There's a bit where a boss is playing not a boss. He's a crime boss basically. He's like the bad guy, and he's just in his cool mansion playing Mega Drive basically. Like, come on in, guys.
As one does. Heroes play Nintendo consoles, but bad guys play.
Unless there's another scene where they're playing Tetris, but I do not remember that. So I'm a big Jackie Chan fan. For any listeners out there who don't know, I'm a massive Jackie Chan fan. So
I forgot about that. Yeah. So another reason to be a Jackie Chan fan. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Totally. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that movie. I'll report back to you.
Yeah, but Tetris it's kind of interesting playing this after being so accustomed to playing like the other versions of Tetris, right? But it's like even like the soundtrack, we know about this because it's been used in other like versions of Tetris and in other like SEGA games and soundtracks. They use this soundtrack here, but it's kind of weird. It's not exactly the Tetris that you know, but it's a very cool port, and it's got this concept of like evolution as you progress, right?
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, it's like things advance. You advance through history as you clear lines.
Yeah.
That's, I think, basically the concept of this game.
I'd never thought of it like that. I just looked at the backgrounds and went, wow, they're pretty.
Yeah.
That's all the thought I put into it. Yeah, no, that's totally what's happening.
They're like, yeah, this is better than Russia, than communist Russia. That's Soviet Union. But yeah, things change because of that, because you're advancing, you're evolving. Yay, evolution. So I don't know. I'm just stalling so we can see another change of scenery.
Yeah.
If you're watching the footage, because I want to move on to the next game. But yeah,
I'm mesmerized. I don't really play Tetris much because I'm just so bad at it. So I played it for like 5 minutes. I was like, yep, that's Tetris. But I could watch this all day. I find it fascinating when people are actually good at this game.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of Tetris. There we go. We have dinosaurs now. Yay!
Oh wow! Hey.
But I do miss the hold piece function.
That's the biggest change.
Right? Like that's the biggest change in recent years, and it's like, and it really changes the way you approach the game because you have to use all pieces whenever they show up. And so I'm very used to holding one, like one of like little 4 block pieces.
Wait, sorry, holding a piece? What's that? Yeah,
so instead of like what you can see here in this version, you really have to use each piece that drops. Right?
Yeah.
In more recent versions, you can press a button and hold that piece instead of like save it for later.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
and
okay.
You can use the next one, and whenever it's like more convenient for you, you can press the button again, and you use that piece that you were saving. Right. I think it's called hold. I think that's what you usually call it, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the Ice Age now, for people wondering, like listening to the podcast. What's happening?
Evolution.
Yes, we've evolved into the Ice Age. Okay. Okay. So moving on from Tetris, another new port was Darius, which I mentioned before. Did you guys play this one?
Yes, only yesterday for the first time though. Okay. I don't know why I didn't play it at the time. I just don't think I ever got around to it. Unlike Tetris, where you can just jump in for like 5-10 minutes, I wanted to give this a bit more time, and I never actually did. But I'm awful at Darius, so I can't say too much more beyond this. But I don't know how faithful the port is, but I've heard very, so that's impressive. It was fun. I died a lot, but that's unfortunately about all the clarity I think you're going to get out of me from this. I had a really good time. I want to play some more at some point for sure, so watch this space.
Yeah. Graham, you look like you're a big Darius fan.
I actually don't remember playing this on my Mega Drive Mini. I'm not a huge scrolling shoot 'em up fan, to be honest, but this looks really cool. This actually looks really good. Yeah, I don't remember playing this.
Yeah.
Man, okay, I'm gonna have to bust it out again. And
So
I just got it out
this
next
is
to me.
fun because every other like enemy drops a colored ball. I'm very bad at this as well, as you can see. And those colored orbs like power up your missiles or bombs or your armor. I believe ARM stands for armor. They didn't have room for OR, so they went with ARM.
There's loads of room up there. They could easily put that
and yeah, so as you get more powerful, but that clearly didn't help me. So I just gave up and went to the attract mode, which is like much better because you can see actual different stages that I never got to.
cool.
Telling you now, by the way, there is an easy mode in the settings. Just saying.
There probably is, and I'm gonna actually talk about an easy mode for another game that I don't think was in the original. Yes. Like a super easy mode, I guess. We'll talk about that later. But the fun thing about this was the basis for this port, for the Mega Drive Mini port, was a fan port of the original game, which was created by Hideki Hidekade, or Hidekade, perhaps, Konishi, as a proof of concept. And so M2 took this as the basis for the commercial version of this that they made for the Mega Drive Mini. So that's a cool fun fact about Darius Mega Drive on the Mega Drive Mini. And that's about it.
That's cool.
That's where cool. My knowledge and skill fail me, because I can't really play this game. This is not Eartheon. So if you want to play a more accessible and really cool shmup, go play Eartheon.
Also on the Mega Drive, so
also
not on the Mini
soon,
though. Make it happen.
Yeah. By the way, Yuzo Koshiro was also heavily involved in this by creating the menu soundtrack, like the medley that we get, right? Yeah.
So yeah,
good song.
That's cool.
That was cool. And it's really cool. I think I prefer the Mega Drive Mini 1.
Yeah, I was surprised when I booted up my 2 that I just couldn't even remember the menu music from the second one, which is weird because I spent quite a bit of time on it, but I just couldn't remember it. I was like, this is new to me. Oh, okay.
The Mega Drive Mini 1 is more iconic for sure. Yeah, definitely. I recorded it footage yesterday, and I started with the 2. I was like, what's this? But to be honest, I played more of the 1 than the 2. So I spent more time with the 1. Yeah. Any other highlights in terms of games for you guys on the Mega Drive Mini 1? Because
I just need to remind myself what's on here. Sorry, just picking up my box. I think Castlevania was a big one for me because to buy that secondhand is ridiculously expensive these days.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. I'd never actually played it, and I nearly bought it in. I don't know if you have them over. I don't know if it's in Europe at all, but in the UK they've got a place called CEX, which is like a second-hand.
Yeah.
And I think it's like £180 or something. I'm like, I can't really justify spending that much money on a Mega Drive game, but it came on this bad boy. I'm like, yes, got it.
Yeah, that's a good point. CX is actually a very good place to get Sega stuff here in Portugal. Very expensive, but
okay, that translates as well then.
But I was actually in a shopping mall the other day, like 6 months ago or something, and I was just, there's a CX here now. Let me just check what they have in terms of like games, and they have like the whole Sega hardware collection, but they're very, very expensive. So, and I was like, nope, Nope, not right now. Maybe someday, but no.
Or ever.
Or ever, perhaps.
Yeah, just get them somewhere else at that point, surely. The upmark's not worth it. Just because it's in a store doesn't make it any better.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is one other game I'd like to mention as well, which I think a lot of people, most people don't really know about. They overlook.
I know what it is. It's this. Oh. It's this, right? It's Sonic 1. Yeah.
No one's heard. No one talks about this game enough. Come on, guys.
Look at that. Look at that, like, blue hedgehog.
Whoa.
Amazing,
fast.
so fast.
Yeah. He's wacky. He's dyed himself blue. It's great. He's sparkling.
Sure, but sorry, you were saying Landstalker, perhaps.
Landstalker, yes, yeah. If people don't know, it's like an isometric action RPG, kind of. I'm gonna say similar to Zelda in a way, because that's kind of the best way for me to explain it. But it's not like Zelda, if that makes sense. It's like Zelda, but it's not.
It's similar in terms of like the genre. It's an action RPG, right? But like graphically, basically. It's completely different.
Yeah. So that the view's slightly different because it's actually not directly top down. It's kind of at an isometric angle, but it's really good fun and
akin to maybe like Sonic 3D.
Maybe, yes, that kind of angle. Yes, I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, but have you guys played it at all?
I have.
Me too.
Cool.
That's it. No, I actually have, but not on the mini.
Okay.
I maybe one of those Mega Drive classics, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was on like one of the big collections I had, like the Xbox 360 or something as well, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe on Steam. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's where I first played it, actually. And then I played on this. I was like, yes, it's on here as well. Excellent.
Okay. It's a very good game, actually. I was meant to finish it, but I never did. It's like one of those that anytime I look at it, even like on my emulation machines, I think I need to play this. I need to play through this because even if it's just like to get the retro achievements for this, because it's a really fun game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't finished it either, but it's one of those games. I played a lot of it, and I keep every time I go back to it, I'm like, I'm gonna start again. So I start again, do the same bits over and over. But I do really enjoy it still. But conversely, they've also got Light Crusader, which looks kind of similar-ish, but I don't enjoy it. So I don't play that game at all.
Isn't that the one that the character is called David?
Yes.
Yes, like Sir David or something. Yeah.
I think I've tried to play it like 3 times, and every time I'm like, I'm just not enjoying this game. It's even though it's a similar view, similar style game, but it's it looks. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah,
Landstalker is probably the superior one. Yeah. Interestingly enough, Landstalker was supposed to be or started like development as part of the Shining series. Yeah,
that's cool. I mean,
I guess giving away all the answers.
Sense. Yeah,
to future Sega Launch Challenge things. Okay.
No more trivia on the show ever again.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the art style and the characters do look very similar. So there's some of the writing. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, just looking at a screenshot. Some of the writing looks similar, but yeah. Oh, cool.
But apparently, Soleil or Crusader Senti was also supposed to be part of the Shining series.
Really?
And then so I think both of these games were supposed to be, or started as something to be done in that series. Shining Force, like turn-based RPG, like tactical RPG. This probably more action RPG. So they wanted to like maybe create a spin-off with more of an action style gameplay, but then nope, they decided to go another route. Yep,
really interesting.
Yep. Another one I'll shout out here is Road Rash 2, which was kind of surprising. One of those that I remember like seeing everywhere, like and associating with the Mega Drive when I was a kid. The Road Rash series, right?
Yeah,
and it's interesting because they had EA, Konami, Capcom, I believe. Yes, Capcom. Who else contributed to this?
Because of
Taito.
Darius.
Yes. Yeah.
Who owns Earthworm Jim these days? I've forgotten who owns that.
I remember the current
Shiny?
owners.
It was Shiny, but I don't know what
Shiny.
Shiny
Yeah,
is right now.
Someone
I don't
else
know
owns
if
it. Yeah.
that's a good question.
I mean,
Uh,
technically not their games, but you got Disney, which was kind of surprising. They don't really
Yeah.
play ball on any of the other classic systems, I don't think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I can't think of any others that their games are on.
Yeah.
It's true. Earthworm Jim also a very cool game that I really enjoyed growing up. Fond
Yes,
memories
yeah.
of
Very-
not just the games, but even like the cartoon.
Yeah. Earthworm Jim.
It's nice that we have like two generations of gamers here, right?
Okay, I
So-
was waiting for this to come up. Definitely a different perspective.
You can see
on
by
it from
Viper's
me.
reaction that this means nothing to him. Like, what?
I know
Yeah.
of it. I
Okay.
can't say I sat there watching it avidly every Saturday morning or whatever, but I'm familiar with the fact there's a cartoon. Yes,
With the concept of a cartoon, and with the concept of Earthworm Jim. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting 'cause it started off as a game rather than a cartoon first, which I thought I always love. It's like, you normally see that.
Yep.
yeah. It's normally like a multimedia franchise first now, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
oh, this thing was successful on its own. Cool. Brenner.
Also, Shinobi 3.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and very important. Yes, to me at least. I think maybe only to me, but very important. I even recorded footage of it. I was almost forgot. But World of Illusion. World of Illusion.
Yes.
Yes. Like one of my favorite games growing up. Yeah.
Oh,
Really
so
enjoyed
good.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love all the Illusion games, like on Mega Drive, Game Gear, and Master System, and World of Illusion is one of my favorites. So good.
Mhm. Very
I
fond
ended
of
up actually
this.
finishing this. Another one that I should
Oh,
get
really?
round to. Actually, so many of the games on this mini. I'm like, when it came out, I was like, oh, perfect opportunity to play them. And years later, I still haven't done it. My list is a little shallow, but
Yeah.
I'm missing
And
out on this. I'm aware.
If you've got someone to play with as well, it's such a good
that's the
co-op
big
game because
thing.
it changes the game.
I always wanted to do it
Yeah.
2-player. I probably could coerce that. For
We
sure.
should play together. Yeah. I actually played this with
true,
Lime.
yeah.
Yeah, we played through this with Lime like a couple of months ago, I guess, on stream. It's very easy now. I
Good
remember.
to know.
I remember the game being like fairly challenging growing up, but it's very easy and short, especially if you play with another person. I think
I haven't played it for years. I remember it being quite hard as well.
Yeah.
Right?
I went back to Castle of Illusion when this came out. I was like, God, this game's really hard. I don't.
Yes.
So it's interesting to hear that this game's comparatively quite easy, especially with 2 players. Then that's nice.
Yes, it is. It is very easy. If I'm saying it's easy, it's because it's really easy, right? Don't laugh. That's sad.
Sorry. This is serious. Pro gaming,
but yeah, it's much more of it's like a 1 or 2 hours. Yeah,
Okay, that's
maybe
quite
even
fun.
less. I guess if you're playing with a friend and you're like. Because if you're playing alone, there are specific areas that you don't go to, but there are also others that you go to with specific characters. So if you really want to see everything, you have to play both alone with Mickey and with Donald, and also in co-op because there are like exclusive areas to each of these play modes. But that's probably what like keeps the game's longevity a little bit longer because it's fairly easy and quick to get through, I guess.
Yeah, I like games that are respectful of your time these days, like because as an adult with a family and stuff, I don't have 23 hours to play a game or 100 hours or whatever it is.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm such a big fan of this that I actually bought. They're right there. You can see them now, but I actually bought a Mickey and Donald like Funko Pop. So because there is no World of Illusion merch, obviously, and so I saw a Mickey Funko Pop, and I said, "Is there a Donald one?" Yes. So I bought a Mickey one and a Donald one, and I got them together. And the Donald one is like when he's like running, like angry, like
perfect.
Yeah. So it's there next to each other, and it's like my World of Illusion merch right there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Closest you'll get.
Yes. Okay. Anything else on the Mini for now, or should we move on to the second one?
I think it's good to call out, Street Fighter 2, considering that's such a big game back in the day.
That's true.
And
today,
and today still, yeah. But it also makes it slightly more annoying that the American and European version of the Mega Drive Mini only had a 3-button controller that came with it. Which was
that's true.
Why would you do that when you got Street Fighter 2? Oh man, yeah. Because just to point out, if anyone doesn't know, if you've got the 3-button controller in Street Fighter 2, you can't pause the game because you have to press the start button to change between punching and kicking. Although I guess technically you could sort of pause the game because you could do the save, they go to the state save menu on the Mega Drive Mini, but not on the original Mega Drive. You couldn't pause it. But anyway, the 6-button controller is just easier.
So the 6-button controller came with the Mega Drive Mini 2 in Europe and North America. For other regions, they had 2 versions of the Mega Drive Mini. Right? I think they called it the double, like with the W, like with Fantasy Zone 2 double. For some reason, it's W, but it said double. I don't know. And you could get a 6-button controller, which was like essential to play Street Fighter 2. Yeah, definitely.
I ended up buying a retro.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what happened for most people here because not being a very big Street Fighter 2 fan, like not very big on fighting games. I never really bothered with this. But now, one thing that's cool is you can actually use both controllers on like the other consoles. So you can actually now, if you own a Mega Drive Mini 2, you can go back and play Street Fighter 2 with the Mega Drive Mini 2 6-button controller.
Cool. Yeah.
Or you can be a 3-button freak like myself. I use that on the Mega Drive Mini 2. I like both, but no regrets.
Okay.
So meanwhile, this problem still continues. Like, look, here's the Switch Online controller for reference. I don't know how I can show off that it's Switch Online. But
does it say? Let me just try to...
it says, the cursed logo on the back. You probably can't see this, but it says Nintendo.
Oh my god. That's no, don't do that.
Case in point, Japan got the 6-button, we got the 3-button, and I've still never tracked down the 6-button.
That's crazy.
There it is.
So, fun fact is, the first time I actually used this 6-button controller that came with the Mega Drive Mini 2 was yesterday. Because I can't find my Mega Drive Mini 1 controller. So I have the consoles with me, but I put the controllers in the boxes in a box somewhere. And so I found the box for the Mega Drive Mini 2, and the controller was there, like neatly packaged.
Sweet.
And I opened it up yesterday for the first time. Because like you, Viper, I was using the Mega Drive Mini 1 controller with the 2.
Good man. Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah. Because I'm lazy.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that works, I guess.
Yeah. I guess one thing that I wanted to mention as well is that, did we get Revenge of Shinobi on the Mega Drive Mini 1? No.
I think Japan got Revenge of Shinobi and we didn't.
We didn't, which is a shame.
That's another thing about the Japanese one that was really cool. Which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they carried into the 2, was that Japan had a one game per series rule, which I thought was really nice for variety. And I think their choice was Revenge of Shinobi, and ours was Shinobi 3, which I think...
It's probably more popular here. I don't know.
Yeah, I think America probably knows Shinobi 3 a bit better because
my favorite is
Sonic
Revenge.
1 or something, I guess. Yeah, I hear that a lot, so it's like I don't quite get it, but it might. We've had this debate before about the Sonic 2 versus Sonic 3 thing. America sides with 3, Europe sides with 2 kind of
Yeah,
thing. I don't know if
yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
with Shinobi Revenge and 3, so I
Could
don't know.
Could be.
Food for thought.
Yeah. But that's a good point. They had Sonic 2, and we got Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. So
Meanwhile,
that's
still
interesting.
only Streets of Rage 2. They didn't go back and add any of the others in.
Yeah.
So they made exceptions for Sonic, but no other franchise.
They didn't even get Streets of Rage. Any Streets of Rage.
Oh,
there.
really?
Did they not?
I'm looking at the list. No
Yeah, they only
Streets
got
of
Bare
Rage.
Knuckle, haha.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
sorry. Yeah, okay, yes. It's Bare Knuckle 2, yes, sorry. I was looking at the list alphabetically. So I was like Street Fighter, Super Fantasy Zone. Oh, okay, Bare Knuckle 2, yes, sorry.
Oh, Super Fancy Zone as well. Forgot I was on
You
there.
were kidding, but I was not. So
Yeah, no, you were
I'm
serious.
just dumb. Yeah,
Well,
we had like columns. Comic Zone is a very cool addition as well, which is a game I don't think gets enough credit and praise. I think
It's so good, but so hard.
yeah, it's a little bit hard.
I think that's the biggest problem. Why it doesn't get praise.
Probably, yeah. Really cool game. I actually found some information on Comic Zone that I'm planning maybe to make do an episode on Comic Zone maybe soon.
Ooh,
but
okay.
Like even the developers think this wouldn't work today, right? So this was really a product of the 90s, like because of comic culture, comic book culture, and stuff.
I guess, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and like I think
back in again, isn't it?
I think he says like we're probably to blame for this because comics are not as popular as video games now. Video games are the big thing, so I guess we probably brought this on ourselves. So. Alas, it is what it is. Yeah. But Comic Zone, also a very cool game.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, by the way, Japan got Rent a Hero.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't
never played that. I've always wanted to play that.
Play the Dreamcast one. That's cool. It's got a translation patch.
Oh,
yeah. I've heard good things about that, but I've never played that one.
It's got Senshiro and everything. Do that. Really cool game. Yeah. Moving on to the Mega Drive Mini 2. We can come back to the one later if you guys feel like it. But so the Mega Drive Mini 2 got released 3 years later, right? So again, not again, because we actually talked about this before we started recording. So there were plans. So what happened was, as I said before, they put together a team of people from lots of different departments in Sega to work on this. Yosuke Okunari, the producer, brought his expertise to this. And then they actually ended up working on the Game Gear Micro, which I believe Viper also has. I don't know if Graham.
Oh, you had fine.
You got a box of nothing, right?
Oh, why do you remember this?
I remember that.
They shipped me a box with no Game Gears in it. It was just the box.
I remember you unboxed it on stream or something.
Are they all the way over there?
Do you have one, Graham? Game Gear Micro? No.
Oh.
Do I have one of the empty boxes?
The Game Gear Micro. Okay.
I don't have one. I have 4.
Oh, wait.
I have all of the boxes as well.
He has all the boxes. Okay.
I have the big one back there.
Yeah, I ended up not getting one of these. I actually regret that a little bit. I wanted just one.
Cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's really cool.
They are ridiculous, but yeah.
The thing is, they're definitely for the Japanese market, but there's so much context lost, which is why we didn't get them. Mm-hmm. The thing surrounding them I always saw was, why would you pay £70 for one of these or whatever? But before you added taxes on everything, this is maybe £30-40 equivalent in Japan. This is the sort of thing you pick up before going traveling or something like that. Was the way I always saw it to myself. Something you sling in a bag, that sort of thing. Then it becomes a very good deal, but as an import item, obviously you lose all of that context, I guess, and you add loads of fees on top of that, and suddenly it's just why would you play this? This is tiny, and it's that's kind of not the point. It's a commodity. It's a collector's item, but it's also just for small trips and stuff.
For sure.
It does have some really, really good games on it. Like,
Yeah.
I've never played this game before. Have you heard of I didn't know how to pronounce it. Sylvian Tale or something? It's called
Sylvan Tale, I think.
Sylvan Tale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's kind of like a top-down Zelda style RPG.
Yes.
And it's
yes.
really good.
Oh,
It's like it's a genuinely good game. It's on the.
It is. Yes.
It's color
yes.
versions. They're all different colors. This is the blue one. Yeah, on the blue Game Gear Mini. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's on the. I actually have it here. It's on the
Yellow,
on the blue
maybe?
one. On the blue one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sonic and Tails,
remember-
Gunstar Heroes, Sylvan Tale, and Baku Baku Animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
Oh,
cool.
Baku Animal.
And you were speaking about Shinobi as well earlier. My favorite Shinobi is on the red one, which is Game Gear Shinobi.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely, it's
a really good game.
It's the one Shinobi game I've actually completed, and I just love it. I don't know, it's my favorite version. It's so different from the others. It's great.
Yeah.
Those
Really
like
cool game.
Some really weird picks.
Both of them are good. The two GG Shinobis are good. Yeah. But I think the first one is probably a little bit easier, I guess. Maybe. Not sure.
I'll look at the black one here now since I got it beside me.
Sonic 1, Puyo Puyo 2, Outrun, and Royal Stone Hirakareshi Toki no Tobira.
One of them has like Nazo Puyo on it as well, doesn't it? I think. Can't remember which one.
It's the yellow one. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I thought the yellow one was meant to be the RPG one.
Yes,
So
it is
that's got
Shining Force Gaiden, Gaiden 2, Shining Force Gaiden Final Conflict, and Nazo Puyo.
As
For
I said,
some
really
reason.
weird game selections, but really good. All the same.
Yeah. Do you think...
I get.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
No, please.
I'm just sad because obviously the red one could have had Coca-Cola Kid on, but they were never going to do it. But it would have been great.
Cool. That would have been cool. Yeah.
Do you think if they released one with all of these games, it would be obviously it would be a better deal, but would it be like if they only got one, like they released only the black one, for example, with all these games in it? Would you prefer that to having all these variations?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and I would prefer it if it was just slightly bigger. To be honest,
Yeah.
because they are actually quite uncomfortable. I've got it on the shelf. I've even bought the magnifier to be able to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how ridiculous these are. They actually released a magnifying glass thing to clip onto it to play the games better.
This is a great business model that they built for themselves here, right? Like 5 variations, like accessories. Amazing. By the way, and I wasn't intending on talking about the Game Gear Micro, but it's actually the 5th anniversary of the Game Gear Micro. Yay!
Oh, you throw it in there, why not?
Everything.
I was just going to briefly mention it, but not go deep into it because I didn't know if you guys... I knew about you, Viper, but I didn't know if Graham was familiar.
You've seen the clip.
Yeah. But it was
know you
actually
have a
released
box,
on
but I didn't know if
the
you got 'em.
6th of October of 2020. So,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
5
yeah, it
years
was
ago.
really close to the Astro City as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were both the same year, and I remember
I
going.
believe so.
Oh,
I believe
God,
so.
Get both.
Yeah. But I only got the Astro City Mini like the year after or something. It was like
Oh, here we.
sold here. Oh, there you go.
Let me see if I can.
I think
I
I
showed
say
you
this
before.
every time, but like if you really want to get the most out of this,
There
like,
we go.
take a
Sorry.
look at the.
There you
Right,
go.
so,
Also
yeah,
got the
there we
Astro
go.
City
There we
Mini,
go.
and-
Yeah, yeah. And
I've
also,
moved my camera slightly up so
There
you
we
can see
go.
both
There
of
we
mine.
Oh, fantastic.
and I've got
Oh,
one here
cool.
as well. So let me.
Yeah.
I've got one here as well. I actually have the Mini V as well, but not here. So
Nice.
yeah,
They're so
maybe in the
good.
future.
These are
And it's very
great.
real
These little
background.
things are really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I even
yeah.
got
Really
the
impressed with
full-size arcade stick somewhere. I think it's under the sofa here.
Yeah,
I
that's.
didn't get the control pads though.
I got the control pads, but not the arcade stick. Man, I don't know where they are though.
We're suckers, aren't we? I think we are. Yeah.
We're
Oh,
with the target
awesome.
audience. It's fine.
Yeah, or the target audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Game Gear Micro, really cool product. It reminded me of one thing that I saw in the interview with Okunari-san and forget the guy's name again. Hirokashi? the lead. Never mind. I'll find it again. Yeah, but they talk about how these are not just consoles. They're probably even more than consoles are toys. So
Yeah.
and we were talking about like the size of the Game Gear Micro. And obviously they wanted to make these toys, things that look like toys you can play with, which happened with the Mega Drive Mini 2 as well. They asked if they couldn't, like, why didn't they reuse like the Mega Drive Mini shell, the Mega Drive Mini 1 shell, and put like the games and the board in the Mega Drive Mini 1 shell, because there were like a shortage of components during the production of the Mega Drive Mini 2 due to COVID. And so why didn't you reuse the shell? Oh, that would be hard, but also we wanted this to be something of a different toy, right? You had the Mega Drive Mini 1, and so it would lose that toyetic like function of the console if it was just like the same thing with a different, like, I don't know, different organs inside or something. Same body. But yeah, so I think that's part of the appeal of these things, at least for me as well. And that's why I keep them close as well. They're really like cool display items, like collectibles as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the Mega Drive Mini 2, obviously, released in 2022. I was saying this, we were talking before we started recording, but there were apparently plans after the Game Gear Micro 2, or the Game Gear Micro, sorry, to maybe come up with something different with a different console, different mini console. That said, after the Game Gear Micro was released, the team was disbanded, so they started working on their like usual projects, because they were all part of different departments within Sega. But then shortly after, the idea of doing another one came up. They don't say which, but maybe the Saturn or the Dreamcast Mini. Although the Saturn Mini, they put the asterisk that it had two processors, so it would be difficult to make it happen. Not sure if true or not, if it's just like an excuse, because people are always asking about it. But so, and then there was the whole COVID situation. Semiconductors were limited and more expensive, so they had to make two decisions. First of all, they decided to go with another iteration of the Mega Drive Mini, this time using the Model 2, right, design, and to make it in more limited numbers as well. So, and this time they wanted to prioritize the Japanese market. So it apparently the first one sold way better in North America and Europe, but this time they wanted to prioritize Japan because they wanted to prioritize customers whose faces they can actually see, which is a bad decision during a global pandemic. It's better to focus on people who are far away. It's safer, right? But okay, I guess they were wearing masks. So so they also went with another decision, which was so the first one had 42 games, if I'm not mistaken, included 42 games. This time they wanted to up the ante a little bit because they had to increase the price because of said component shortage due to COVID. And they decided to, let's make it feel like we increased the price, not because of COVID, but because you actually have more games to play. And because you don't only have Mega Drive games, but also Mega CD games this time, which is very interesting, right? And so this was a more powerful, I don't think powerful. It was as powerful as, but actually had more storage, 8 gigabytes of flash memory.
Yeah.
And that allowed the system to hold the Mega CD games, which were bigger, obviously, right? How did you get the news of this new Mega Drive Mini? Do you remember at the time? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think we were all fairly excited. I think collectively when
Yeah.
we learned about the first one. What about the second one?
pretty
'Cause I can't
sure
remember,
I
like
remember.
the collective response to that.
I
I
remember
can't
like
remember
a
how I
day.
heard about it. Sorry, no, you go ahead. Sorry.
No. Sorry. I think it was like a day or two before M2 or Sega were like, "Hey, we have a new mini console," and it was just like, "Come and tune into the stream." I was like, "I'm curious." I think the saying was they wanted to do another Mega Drive one anyway because there's loads more games they could include. I seem to recall it beginning with like this elaborate wrestling skit or something like that, and it was like, "Oh, it's the Mega Drive Mini
Yes.
2." And I was like,
Yes.
okay, I'm not against this. It's certainly a decision, but yeah, given the context of everything that was going on, it definitely makes sense that was the way it went. But I was
Mhm.
like, I can get behind this. I don't know how the general population's going to get behind this. Like, I'll buy any old junk Sega throw at me, So, like, I'm fine with it. But how's your average person going to react to? They're just selling the Mega Drive Mini again or whatever. That was my initial concern with it, but. I mean,
Mm.
like you said, it was very much a smaller, limited production run here versus Japan, for example. So it basically only ended up in the hands of people who wanted it anyway. So
Mhm.
anyone who was just like, "Why are they making another one?" Didn't go out their way to get it, and therefore everyone who actually wanted one got one. So it worked out nicely in the end, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a bit of a rock for them to overcome versus in Japan, where they were just like, "Oh, cool, more Mega Drive games." I guess.
Yeah, I
I'd
don't
assume.
really remember we were all like streaming and producing, like making content, creating content at the time, but I don't remember really talking about it uh that much. I do remember like the Mega Drive, the feeling of, oh, we're gonna get a Mega Drive Mini. Yes, that's great. The Mega Drive Mini 2, maybe it was like the surprise of, oh, they're doing another Mega Drive Mini instead of
Yeah.
like another different type of console, right? Maybe was that the surprise, but I think it's a very cool idea to like put Mega CD games in this little box, which is
Sure.
like maybe one of the biggest selling points, especially. And they do say that in the interview. They mention two things. So apart from what I already said about like the toyetic function of the system, and they're deciding to go with another Mega Drive model, not exactly like the first one. They also wanted it to be compatible with the Tower of Power accessories that they sold.
Which I'm
for
still
the.
owed. Sega.
Uh,
Oh.
did you win them in a competition or something?
I
No.
won a competition when I was at Sega of Europe for the Mega Drive Mini one,
Oh,
which
I
was
remember that.
really
Yes.
cool. And they
Yes.
never gave them to me, and everyone who was involved in that doesn't work there anymore. I'm never getting them, but I'm still
Oh,
sad.
no.
I meant to import all the stuff from Japan for the 2, so I'm like, it's something, but I never got to it. So
Yeah.
I
That
can
sucks.
pretend this slot does something,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
empty.
And they actually wanted the two to be compatible with said Tower of Power that you never got. So that
Yeah.
was why they also wanted to change the the body of the console to make it different but also
Yeah.
compatible,
It
right?
has the same slot on the back. I'm just looking now, yeah. For the
Yep.
Sega CD stuff as well. Really cool.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
Did they make a
So
new one with the Mega CD too? Or did they just leave it as is? I can't remember.
that's a good point. I have no idea because
I put you on the spot.
I somehow resisted the urge of like importing everything for these systems. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but I did, and I'm both proud and sad at the same time. I also resisted the urge of getting the Astro City Mini and Mini V, and then at some point I ended up getting them
It just
anyway.
happened,
So
I swear.
it just happened because they were actually available easily and for cheap. So I said, why not?
Yeah.
So let's
Those
get
things shelf, or at least the first one, shelf formed over here for a while, didn't it? Because people
Yep.
just imported a load of them, which surprised
And
me.
the second one as well, I got off Amazon for like
Really?
50% off or something
Oh,
at some
wow.
point, like during Prime days or whatever. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I had it in my wish list, like if there's ever a price drop, because I don't know if I want to get this. I do, but I don't know if I do. So and then Prime days, like 50% off for some reason. Sure, let's do it. Let's
It's
pull the trigger.
currently Astro City Mini V is currently £80 on Amazon, which is
Wow.
cheaper
See?
than I expected.
See,
Which is
Wow.
weird.
Very
Because then
weird.
you look at the readily available Mega Drive Mini 1 and 2, and those are astronomical now.
Oh god, yeah.
I've-
Mega Drive Mini 2 is currently £310 on Amazon. I'm finding.
Yep. A friend
That's
tried to buy one
insane.
recently and went, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Mega CD games being included also added another challenge this time for M2, because porting these games was not as easy as they were expecting. So they actually thought about making all the games on the Mini 2 Mega CD games, or maybe
Wasn't
like
fun.
most of them, but it wasn't really easy to do. So they ended up going with 20 Mega CD titles because M2 themselves were like struggling with like meeting their deadline while working on
There's a
like
lot.
porting these games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and they explained that like things like the PC Engine Super CD-ROM 2 only added a disk drive to the original system, whereas the Mega CD added all sorts of things such as a new CPU, which made running the titles like on the same like architecture difficult. So they had to
Yeah. It
work
works really
some
weirdly
magic.
technically.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they also noted that they maybe thought about 32X or Super 32X as it's called in Japan. But again, just like the Sega Saturn, the 32X had 2 CPUs. So it would be hard to make them run on this. They even say, Okunari-san says, being able to run Super 32X titles would mean we would be able to make a Sega Saturn Mini. Which I see as like more of a jab, because does that mean you could potentially make one if you wanted to? No?
I highly doubt this is actually a legitimate reason for this, considering you can run these on other emulating devices and stuff. I think,
Saturn less so. Saturn's very notoriously demanding, but 32X is not too bad. But you'd probably, I think the risk you run with devices like this is they're so low end that you'd probably have to make them a bit beefier. Which is that worth it for like how many 32X games do people know? What like the Superscaler ports and Star Wars Arcade, which they're never going to license, and that, you know, like not too many games that are worth it versus Sega CD. Where like, oh yeah, there's a logistical reason we'd want to put Sega CD in there.
I think just even just a handful of 32X games like Doom, Stellar Assault, I think it's called, which is kind of like Star Wars Arcade, but I actually think it's better than Star Wars Arcade. I think it's a better game. And there's a few other 32X games which are really good, but it doesn't need to be a full selection. Just I don't know, even like 5 would be great.
Yeah. Knuckles Chaotix people would probably freak out over that as well. Right?
Tempo,
like
please.
Tempo, yes, I like Tempo. Yes. Yeah, I like Tempo a lot.
I've never played it, but my co-host on the Sega Spirit Show, Scotty, has played it live on stream and stuff, and it just looks really good. I think it looks like such a fun game.
I think the one I played the most was the Game Gear one of all of them for some reason. I don't
really?
quite know why.
Tempo Junior, right?
Yeah. That was really good. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually give them some credit for this, because if you put it in the context of like component shortage, and maybe if they had to actually add something like change the internals of the machine, that would not be the best time to do it. So I I'll grant them that.
Okay.
For in terms of
Yeah,
like the
I guess that's
32X
fair.
and Saturn, but yeah,
Future-proofing.
but also price. So they would probably have to increase like the budget, increase like delay the product maybe, and increase the
Yeah.
price. So and they didn't really want it to go too far because people would not understand. They say at one point that people who are really like fans and interested in this sort of thing would probably read interviews, read news pieces talking about how they had to increase price because of COVID, and they would understand. Like, but the general public would not. They would assume
Yeah.
this is like a more expensive because it's better or because it's got more games, and that's why they decided to add actually more games to change the perception a little bit.
Yeah, I guess considering the 32X wasn't that popular, the general public wouldn't really. They'd recognize a game like Doom, obviously, but other games they'd be like, "Well, I don't know what this is."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That said, if they really wanted to appeal to a Japanese audience, Saturn Mini would be the way to go.
Yes.
For sure.
Just saying.
Make
Yeah.
it happen, please.
Come on,
I'm
guys.
still
Yeah,
waiting.
please. Yeah, that's the one I'd love to have. Yeah.
But the Mini 2 had some very cool games as well. And let me just show the UI here real quick. So some cool games here. Not too different in terms of UI. But I don't know. We had some new games, by the way. So one of them was a Mega Drive port of Fantasy Zone, which is something that we never got. So we had Super Fantasy Zone on the Mega Drive and on the Mega Drive Mini 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
At least in Japan, but I believe so also here. And then they actually went with a Mega Drive, an all-new Mega Drive port of the arcade version of Fantasy Zone. Again, spearheaded by Hideki Konishi, that fan that created the Darius port, the Mega Drive port of Darius, and they went with it and got it working on the Mega Drive Mini 1. So this port was also programmed by this fan, and it's a really cool game because I'm a big fan of Fantasy Zone. I'm not very big on shmups, but Fantasy Zone
Not very good at
is shmups and games in general, as we all know. But Fantasy Zone is a very cool game. I started being a fan of Fantasy Zone during the 3D Classics era on the 3DS.
Yeah.
And
That made them
especially
so much
because of-
more accessible
Yes.
as
Yeah.
well, I think.
Especially because of 3D Fantasy Zone 2.
Super easy. I've got to play
And
this.
that's so I only realized this was on super easy mode when I went back and looked at the footage, because I started playing. I just start and didn't change anything. And I was like, how do I already have 150,000 gold? Why is the shop balloon showing up so quickly? Why do I have like the double shot and stuff like that? But I was okay, it's just like the port. But no, this is super easy mode, which is interesting. I don't know if I don't think the Master System version had a super easy mode. Do you guys remember? No, I don't think so. No. So in addition to the original arcade game, as well as the time attack mode from other ports, there is a new super easy mode, which is just gameplay to cater for a casual play. In super easy, the player starts with 150,000 gold and has a life meter. Yes, that's another thing. So if you get hit like 3 or 4 times, you only die if you get hit 3 or 4 times. So it allows them to survive hits with life restored by clearing each round. Coins, that's another big thing. Coins are magnetically attracted to Opa Opa. And shop balloons appear more frequently and have no time limit. Yeah, so at the end of each round, what happens is you like destroy the boss, and then a lot of coins drop from the boss. And usually you don't have time to collect them all, but in this version, because they are all like magnetically attracted to Opa Opa. You get everything. You get all the monies. So that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. So it's Fantasy Zone. As you can see here, watching the footage, you get everything.
Does Super Easy mode have the full game, basically,
Yes.
like all the levels? Oh, cool.
Oh,
I might play
great.
it.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm rubbish at it.
I'd forgotten all about this. I'm going to fire this up.
Yes, I was surprised. I don't think I knew about this. Yeah, but what happens is, like in the original one, you as you buy like the 7-way shot, for example. Next time you want to buy the 7-way shot, these upgrades are temporary, by the way, like in the original mode. Okay.
Okay.
But next time you go to the shop and you want to buy this same weapon again, it's more expensive. It gets progressively more expensive. Okay, so that remains, but still, you start with 150,000 gold. So that's not like a big issue. And as you can see, you get shop balloons left and right. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, Fantasy Zone on the Mega Drive Mini 2. Highly recommended. Very fun game and great music.
That laser beam is ridiculous. What is that?
And I'm thinking like people watching this and think. Well, first of all, people are watching and think, "Oh, that's the SEGA Sonic Superstars boss fight." How did that get into Fantasy Zone? Yes, that's what it was referencing. Yes,
Made Sonic Superstars into a real Sega game. Wow.
Wow. And the second thing is, I didn't know you could buy weapons. Yes, you can, and you can buy like wings or jet engines or rocket engines. Like when you get to the rocket engine, it gets really, really hard to control because you're too fast. But yeah.
That laser beam reminds me of ZX Spectrum loading screen.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, so enough Fantasy Zone. Let's move on to another one. Do you guys want to shout out any particular game out of the ones we got that are new? I can list them. We had so Fantasy Zone was a new port, so a Mega Drive port of an existing game, of an arcade game. We had Super Locomotive, which was also a Mega Drive port of an arcade game. Spatter, which is a new game, I believe, altogether. No, actually, again, a Mega Drive port of an existing arcade game. Sorry. Deviant P, I believe, is how you pronounce it. Or is it Deviant Pi?
Yeah.
Deviant P.
I think it's P.
Yeah. Which is like the first time it's getting like an official release, wasn't released prior
was
to
really
this.
cool.
Yeah, this was a very cool game. I don't get this game. I have to look it up because I actually have footage. Did you guys play this one? Because
I need to find out what it is first.
Let me just try to. First of all, it's got a very intricate story, as you can tell, right? Look at that.
Yeah.
There's an exclamation mark in there. It's all in Japanese. But, wow. Really? That's what's happening there? Yeah, I'm reading through this and understanding every single word. I'm not. Then, let's see if I can scroll to the right a little bit. Okay. So then you have it's like a bit of what do you call that?
Breakout, is it called?
Breakout, yeah, or like the board, the air hockey,
okay.
style, but like Breakout, that probably is the correct,
in video
the
game terms,
reference.
Like
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is round 1-1, which I at some point get what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to.
Instead of hitting a ball, you're hitting bats at the thing.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. But then it starts to get crazy. And I actually have to look it up to see if it's like that, because you start to control both pedals.
Oh, it's one at the top as well. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you're supposed to play on your own like this, or if I mistakenly selected 2-player mode or something, because what I'm controlling here is actually the top one, because you doesn't really make sense to control the bottom one, I think. But yeah, I have no real clue of what's happening, so it's my bad, because I should have looked it up beforehand.
So are you trying to stop angels from flying up? I don't fully understand what's going on.
Maybe. And round clear.
Round clear.
Yay!
Okay, you did it.
Did
What
it?
were you doing here? You did it.
Who did it?
But
Who did it? And who did what? What did they do? I don't know, but we did it. Round 3 gets even more crazy, because now it seems like you're supposed to control both pedals.
And so after the bottom.
My theory here is I probably selected 2-player mode mistakenly, because it's all in Japanese. So if you're watching this,
definitely one.
Yeah,
maybe.
If you're watching this and if you know what's happening here, what I did wrong, let me know in the comments. Or if you've played this on your Mega Drive Mini 2 and know how it's played, let me know, because obviously it's not going to end well for someone.
Is this going out in audio as well, by the way, this show?
Yes.
Yeah, so for audio listeners, that was really mental. So like bats were flying up from the bottom, and angels. No, wait, bats are coming down from the top.
No, yes,
and angels are floating up from the bottom, and the screen was getting gradually smaller until it's like a tiny, like envelope where you couldn't really see it coming. And
because I'm not doing something. I think the screen shrinking is an effect of, like, a result of me not doing whatever it was I was supposed to do. Like stopping the bats and the angels or whatever.
Which game was this again? I need to play this.
Deviant P.
Okay, I need to.
Deviant P.
Yeah. Okay.
So
what I know of it. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I never quite got it either.
Yeah. So apparently it says Deviant P has the player control 2 pedals, each on both vertical ends of the screen, and must use the top pedal to catch the P and the bottom pedal to attack the Devi. The top pedal is controlled using A and B, while the bottom pedal is controlled using left and right. To perform a Devi attack, the player must hit a Devi with the side of the bottom pedal to send him flying, which will take out enemies and other Devi, and turn P into recovery stock and use stock items. If the player misses a P or lets a devil touch the top of the bottom pedal, the playing field will shrink, and the game will end if the playing field shrinks too much in that the pedal areas collide or the field shrinks past red arrows. Okay, so I think I get it. This was probably 1-player mode, single-player mode, and you have to actually control both pedals.
Crazy.
But it seems hard.
I love it.
So, but I only played this yesterday just to record some footage. So maybe we'll look into this. Maybe we'll do a special. This is going to be such a big hit with all of us that we're going to do a special episode just about this. Okay. Super Locomotive, on the other hand, is a much more it's easier to understand, I guess. Not that it's that easy to play, but
no, not at all.
Not at all. So, Viper, you seem to be like well versed in Super Locomotive.
No, I'm well versed in the music.
Okay.
This was one of the things I was most looking forward to coming into this. Super Locomotive has a legendary theme. I now can't remember its name. It's getting my head, but it's a song from the Raideen from the Yellow Magic Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this one, they knew they wouldn't be able to license that. So one of the Sega composers had a tribute band to I can't remember. They're like Oriental Magic Yellow or something like that.
Magnetic Yellow, yes. Oriental Magnetic Yellow.
So they replaced it with this cover band's version's parody called Rising.
Yes.
And I was so excited to hear this version because it's so stupid. But I love it. It's great. That's the only thing I know about this game is its music. I couldn't tell you how you play it. I got really confused when I tried to, but I went straight to the sound test the second I booted this up when my Mini arrived, just to hear it.
Yeah, this was the first game I played when my Mini 2 arrived, and I think it was like the most played game that I have here on the system. When I put it up the system yesterday, it was still on Super Locomotive. So yeah, it's basically you control this train. This locomotive, I guess, and you have a lot of like obstacles in your way. Other locomotives, you are being chased by airplanes for some reason, and you have like I guess, turbo mode, which lets you crash against things and destroy them. But the more you use that turbo mode or button, you also like consume energy, oil. So you have to like try to find oil, like balloons along the way. You can pass the blue lights, but if you hit red lights as well, you crash. So there's and you also have a button to control the bottom screen, because on the top screen, that's like probably your main screen.
Are they bombs?
You see, yeah. So the airplanes throw bombs at you. And if they get you, of course they do, and like missiles and bombs. And you also have a button to shoot the airplanes and the bombs. So you have to control the action on both screens. The top one is your main screen. It's a top-down view of the tracks and the locomotives. On the bottom one, you have like more of a 2D side-scrolling section. You see your locomotive and the things that are attacking you from above, right?
It looks really good.
Yeah.
I've never played this. Like, there's a lot of games I haven't actually played on the Drive Mini 2.
Yeah.
And the thing I liked about the bottom screen, I don't know if you noticed, on the top screen, you'd see like him go past like water, like a bit of sea or something. In the bottom screen, you'd actually see that in the background as he's going past. That's really cool. I think it's a really nice little feature.
It is like a real-time camera, right, like showing the action from a different perspective. Yeah, and you can see the lights as well. You understand what the lights are. You understand the things that are like only dots on the top screen. You actually see them rendered on the bottom screen, and you say, "Oh, okay, so that was like those were lights. The lights were red. Okay, that's why I hit that." Things like that. I crashed because there was another locomotive in front of me. Okay,
that's really
and
cool.
so if you can see there, I'm trying to shoot the bombs. I like throwing little projectiles on the bottom screen. Yeah, really cool game, but definitely, it makes it even cooler to know about the story with the soundtrack.
Yeah,
which. This parody band, even the members, like the musicians, have like made up names that are very similar to Yellow Magic Orchestra band members as well.
That's really funny.
And they're all VGM composers. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were all VGM composers. Yes, that's really cool.
And Rydeen is an old song as well. So like it was not made for this game. It was like they parodied the entire album, and so SEGA just used this.
Just stuck it in here.
Yeah, sure.
Very
Why not?
cool.
Okay, this is by far my favorite game here on the Mini 2 out of these new ones. I also do like this one as well that I'm trying to show here, which is Spatter. Hop on your tricycle and pedal to pick all the flowers, but don't get caught by the monsters. This is also a new arcade or Mega Drive port of an arcade game. This was a 1984 game. And actually, the same thing happened yesterday that happened when I first played this, which is, how do you actually do this? Because it's really hard to escape the things, the animals that are, or monsters that are trying to get you. But the thing is, you can use the cinder blocks. You can use there's if you press against these fences, there's somehow elastic, and you can escape the monsters and attack them. So it's really cool. It's got some really cool strategy involved as well.
Wow.
But
really
you can
fun,
still
yeah.
get hit. Yeah, really cool.
The monsters actually kind of look like mini Sonic the Hedgehogs to me. But I don't know if I'm just not seeing very well.
They look like birds to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're supposed to be. But you might be onto something. Well,
it looks like, or maybe more like Sonic the Hedgehog, that terrible meme.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But they're like blue and they kind of got like spiky bits on them.
Let me try to share the arcade the flyer, and you might be onto something here of Sega Retro. They actually do have like spikes like Sonic, so maybe.
Wow.
So, and the game is called Spatter, but in Japan it's called Sandrin Sanchan, or Mr. Tricycle, or Tricycle Sun.
It's a way more fitting name. Where does Spatter come from?
I have no idea. And I don't know if I want to know, to be honest. I don't know. How did they come up with this? Probably someone from Sega of America. I don't know. I thought this would be a good idea for the West. Yeah. This one's another one that I recommend. There's also Stellar Assault, which I didn't really play. This is a 32X game, actually.
Oh.
Wait, is that on there?
Yes. So Stellar Assault is on there, which I found interesting.
What is it, like a back port or something to the Mega Drive?
So, let me just check. No, it's not Stellar Assault. Sorry. We were talking about Stellar Assault, right? It's Star Mobile. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. We were talking about Stellar Assault. No. Sorry. I got my wires mixed up here. It's Star Mobile. Yes, Star Mobile is a puzzle game that was originally released for the X68000 computers and later CD-ROM hardware. They actually were developing a Sega Mega Drive port, but it was never released. So this is the first time we're getting this. I didn't really record any footage of this, but it's like it's a puzzle game. You have to like stack falling stars.
Okay.
And it looks interesting, but I guess it's probably gonna like work out for me as Deviant P did. I like
second episode coming on Star Mobile.
But yeah, that's a new one as well. I guess Versus Puyo Puyo Sun is also new here, at least for Western audiences, and also so Space Harrier 2 includes Space Harrier, a Mega Drive port of Space Harrier for the first time.
Technically,
these
aren't Mega Drive games. They're actually I don't know how much you have on this, but they're technically not Mega Drive games. They don't run on Mega Drive hardware. They're actually kind of a hybrid of, I think it's believed, of what the Mega Drive would have looked like had it been more arcade scaling accurate hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Internally, they call them Mark V games, don't they, or something like that? I think
probably.
There's like a little boot screen that says Mark V,
which was the code name for the Mega Drive.
Because I was looking into a bunch of, you can't hack these things, of course, you can't do that.
No.
There's no evidence. But people pulled these apart and discovered, these aren't Mega Drive games. These don't emulate in Mega Drive emulators because they're actually more advanced than a real Mega Drive. See, it's almost like a concept. What if the Mega Drive had these specs kind of system? Yeah, you get a little boot screen called the Mark V that pops up when you open the game. So I think that's kind of fun. I don't think they communicated this very well because they still have Mega Drive box art and things like that, but kind of neat all the same, I think.
So they Space Harrier 2 was a Mega Drive game, but the version we have on the Mini 2 is an updated version, right? So probably, like you're saying, a little bit more capable than the original one. And the original Space Harrier was not on the Mega Drive, so this is a whole new game. And like you said, probably like a little bit better than was possible on original hardware. You're telling me this, and it's like it's sounding familiar, but I didn't find anything about that.
Yeah, I now can't find anything about it myself, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere the other day, and I was like, that's cool. If it is the case.
Yeah.
It is sounding familiar. Yeah.
So, on Wikipedia, on the Mega Drive Mini 2 list of games next to Space Harrier 2, it's got a little, I guess, note next to it. And if you like hover over it, it does actually say an enhanced port of Space Harrier 2 featuring enhanced sprite scaling and smoother frame rates and a new Genesis conversion of the original Space Harrier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they should have advertised that a bit better, like sort of say Space Harrier 2 Plus or something. I don't know, say enhanced Space Harrier 2. Something to go, this is not your normal Space Harrier 2.
Just like I was saying before, that I didn't see as much excitement surrounding the Mega Drive Mini 2 as the one. I think that was also part of the messaging in the advertising, which was not as exciting over here as it was for the first one, right? So they said they were targeting Japan specifically, right?
Okay, yeah.
One very simple example is the website. So you had like a European, a North American, and a Japanese website, probably an Asian one as well. This time, if you wanted to know what like each version of the Mega Drive Mini 2 had, you went to the Japanese website.
Okay.
I remember that I remember that vividly for some reason, and I think it's probably still up.
They just never did a great job at communicating this one as much. It was fine, but it really took the fans to fly the flag and be excited for it. I mean, got the shirt on for when we did exactly that. I had a great time with it. I really looked forward to it, and I enjoyed mine on release. But in saying they were gonna, I don't know what the terminology is, but they were like, yeah, this is more Japan focused, and we did still get some, but like, I remember the Mega Drive Mini 1 in every shop, and if I remember correctly, at least in the UK, the 2 was an Amazon exclusive.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if it was elsewhere. Yeah. Like, not even just an online exclusive, just Amazon specifically. That was really odd.
That was the case over here as well.
Yeah. Man.
Whereas the first one I got from a Portuguese store locally.
Yeah, I think I went into a store and bought mine on day one. And I was really excited to. Mm-hmm. That was a big draw of these for me. We kind of brought it up earlier of the 2 generational thing, but this is the first time I've had actual new Sega hardware. So this was a big deal for me to go out and get this.
Oh, yeah.
Because it wasn't something I was able to do before this point. I guess maybe minus anything else would have been too early. So to actually go out and get my own Mega Drive, I was like, oh, this is really cool moment, I guess. And that's why I then kept up with, once again, anything they'll throw at me.
Yeah, like the Game Gear Micro, yes.
Just to relive that feeling that otherwise didn't really get to have, because it was always for other consoles, not for Sega machines, which is where my actual alliance stood with, I guess. So it was nice to relive that, but then that magic was taken a little bit with the Mega Drive Mini 2, but I still remember being like, come on, where's the post or whatever. So it wasn't all lost, but still not quite the same as the first few times, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still, very cool lineup of games. So I haven't even touched the Mega CD ones. right? But Mega CD, Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Tides of Time, Final Fight CD, Mention of Hidden Souls, Night Striker, Night Trap, The Ninja Warriors, great soundtrack as well, Robo Lest, Sewer Shark, Shining Force CD, Sylphid, and Sonic CD. So very cool
Really
games
good
here as
lineup.
well.
Looking at that footage you showed us of the main menu, I forgot how many bangers this one had, because the first one had a good game list. I'd describe it as everything we already had on all the collections and a handful of companies chipping in their stuff. But I was looking through this list and I was like, oh, I forgot Ristar was on there. I forgot Clay Fighter, Desert Strike, Alien
Super
Soldier.
Hang-On.
There's so
Revenge
many,
of Shinobi, by the way, we talked about this.
Yeah.
We didn't get it on the one, but
there was something else like that was like a really big missed one from the one that they chucked on as well. Midnight Resistance. Like, there's so many. This one, but it's not the big hitters, but Outrun, yes. But like this one is not the big hitters, but this was the cooler list to me. There was so many with this list that I was like, that's such a nice addition. I forgot Sonic 3D was on there, for example. Like Streets of Rage 3, that's the one. That just another Streets of Rage game. But like Super Hang-On, I mean, this is, I'm not going to say stuff that should have been on the first one, Thunder Force 4 as well. Like, sorry, there's so many. I was looking at this list and going, this is a really nice list, like, for the fans.
Yeah,
like, the first one was,
really
if you had a Mega Drive, this is a set of games you might have had. This one's like, I'm not going to say if you're a hardcore Sega fan or whatever, but if you're like a bit more in the nerdier side of it, then this was a really cool games list to have, I think.
For sure.
I forgot just how many, not just hidden gems, but as well, like, the good ones they missed the first time around, they rectified on this one. It's a really good list, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, yeah. I'm just looking at a list as well. Wow. Oh, it's got Toe Jam and No Panic on Funkotron.
Yep. So you actually got the two Toe Jam games if you got the two Mega Drive Minis.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've not actually boosted up my international unit, which is why I'm finding this out for the first time. Japan had some cool stuff as well, I think. I can't remember what exclusives there were now, but there were quite a few.
Had Columns 3.
Yeah, that was a big
didn't
miss,
get that.
Sure.
They got the party quiz games. Quiz
they
Mega
got
Q,
a brand new party
and
quiz
the new
game.
one, Mega Quiz Q 2022. What else did they get? Like, that's noteworthy. Viewpoint, which was not. So we also got that, but this was never released back in the day in Japan. So they got that as a new game. They had Captain Tsubasa. So for football, soccer fans. I know Rafsig is a big fan of Captain Tsubasa, as was I when I was growing up with like the cartoon.
Once upon a time,
big in Japan, in Portugal, very very big. Sonic CD. We also get. I know what the big one was that we didn't get. Pop Full Mail.
Yes.
Yes, that was the big one that we never got here, and people were a little bit upset. And Lunar, Eternal Blue, and the Silver Star. Those were.
Wasn't Shin Megami Tensei on there as well?
Oh yes,
I think
that's true.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of big ones missing, because I mean, Sega CD was huge RPG territory, so you're just going to miss a bunch of stuff.
There's also a game called Nadia: The Secret of Blue Water, which is a RPG as well, which was exclusive in Japan, which looks really good. I think it's actually based on like an anime or something. I'm not entirely sure. It looks. I've seen video footage of it. It looks looks pretty good. Yeah.
Fujigi no Umi no Nadia, right? It's an adventure game, perhaps. Looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the things that I sorry, please.
Sorry, just real quick. This is another really nerdy one. They included a pack-in game for the Wonder Mega, and it even has the Wonder Mega BIOS on it.
Yeah, Wonder Mega Collection.
So random, but it's really cool.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So again, this shows. I'm not complaining about what we got here, but it shows that it was like very specifically targeted towards the Japanese market here. But I find it interesting that they still got around to like customizing both the outer shell with like the Western look, especially for the Genesis, right? But also the lineup of games. They still got a little like time to do that. But in doing so, maybe we lost some cool stuff. Yeah.
Back to nerdy complaints again. One thing I want to complain about, you were just showing the exterior. So I got the Japanese one here again. The original Japanese Mega Drive 2, I'm trying to do this while looking at a camera. This is weird. Had this switch. That's why the switch is there. It was on the Japanese model. For the American and US one, they kept the switch on the Mega Drive Mini 2, which I felt was really weird. Why didn't they just make it a button? Because the reset button's a button. There you go. The reset button's a button. Why did they not make it a button like the Mega Drive and Genesis Mega Drive and Genesis 2, the real ones? That really irked me. I've not even explained it well. That's how much I'm riled up over this. But it's just like a tiny detail.
Oh, it was a button. Yes, it was a button.
Yeah, these were so
I never owned one. So
yeah. Whereas the Japanese model had the Switch.
I'm guessing it's the same thing as the first one. Like they wanted to include the Switch as in the first one.
Yeah.
So they really didn't want to bother with different components. Yeah.
Sorry, super weird complaint, I'm aware, but
we have Switches galore, so let's just use them because components are expensive these days. Do you know there's a global pandemic around?
You want us to put another button on this instead of a Switch?
Another button?
Outside.
Are we made of money? You're bleeding us out. No, we're going to use a Switch for every single one of these. Every region gets a Switch. You get a Switch. You get a Switch. Yeah. But that's a good point. I never really noticed it because I never owned a Mega Drive 2. So, yeah, that's a very good point. Boo. This sucks.
The attention to detail is ruined.
I'm looking at this through a like new lens. Yeah, but I wanted to touch on something. So we're obviously like we enjoy these things. I think this is also important. These two systems are also important because of preservation, right? Not just because we're like getting like the nth re-release of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 and stuff, but mostly because we have on these two systems the only official releases of some games, right?
Yeah.
Like we mentioned Tetris and Deviant P and Super Locomotive and stuff like that. The only official like legal versions or ports of arcade classics that most people, unless they're like hardcore Sega fans, never knew about. So these systems are important because of that. Looking at it from that perspective, do you think these are like the better, like the best mini consoles that any company has put out? I don't know if you're very familiar with the other ones, but
certainly up there, I think. I've never owned the Nintendo ones in true Sega fan fashion. By that I mean I didn't have the money at the time. But I don't know, like I think that M2 Prestige really carries these a long way. You knew when these were coming out that these were going to be like good, and don't get me wrong, they're not perfect. I know some people have issues with how they do certain things with the emulation or whatever, but like the level of quality you get out of these for the price you pay is like incredible. I'd say really only rivaled by the Nintendo ones. We've already touched on the fact that the PlayStation Classic was a bit of a dumpster fire. I know there's so many nowadays. Like, what was the other one M2 did? The TurboGrafx, wasn't it? That was supposedly very good. There was so many, like a dime a dozens of varying qualities. I think these were some of the best by far. Like, for what you paid, you got a great lineup of games, no expense spared in regards to like the best first party, the best third party as well. Really good, accurate hardware, which once again I'm now thinking about it, Nintendo did as well. So they're probably up there, but they're a very high pedigree they were competing with. Bearing in mind, these could have been quick cash grabs. Nintendo did it first, so therefore we'll just do this and put it out on the cheap. Sega have done that many a time. it wouldn't surprise me. But they really like wanted to match the baseline and go above it, and I think in some ways they did. I can't directly compare that, but hey, USB controllers, I can use them on my computer, and they made that a big sticking point on the Western marketing. And just like little bits like that, like it uses your everyday power cables, and there's a lot to love about these things. I love these systems. I haven't played them as much as I should. I've not played as many games on them as I should, but
For sure.
every time I look at them, they bring me a big smile, not just because they're toys or whatever they said. Like, I think of all the good memories attached to these things for sure, because there's a lot both in the playing them and the experiences it led to, like I've said before. So
all the friends we did along the way, yes.
Yeah. All the friends we made, all the I don't know, just all the memories. That's it, Casey. You get it. But no, I love these things, even if nowadays they're very expensive, so I find them hard to recommend to people on that basis. But compare it to like the SNES Classic, for example, you can still get that for like less than retail price. But these are hot commodity collector's items now. It makes it hard to recommend, but if you were there at the time, it was a great time to be a Sega fan again, for sure. I think it's more like a muster.
I generally agree with everything you just said. I think for like the Super Nintendo Mini, there's a good range of, I guess, games that are like really stand out that lots of people love. Like even like non-gamers are familiar with, like Mario Kart and I guess Zelda and things like that. Some really big hitters, and they had Star Fox 2, which was an unreleased game and quite impressive. But I think the sheer amount of games you get for the Mega Drive Mini and the Mega Drive Mini 2, it was worth the money more. I guess my only complaint with the Mega Drive Mini 1 was, as we kind of said, a lot of those games were already available on like the Mega Drive collections on Xbox and PlayStation and stuff, which kind of weakened it a little bit. But I still think it was really cool, and it had some extra stuff that you didn't get. And in terms of the actual build quality and design of the units, I think they're better than what Nintendo did. And in fact, are you guys aware of it? There's a YouTube channel called Console Wars.
Yes.
They basically each week they compare Super Nintendo and Mega Drive games, basically. But they actually did do a special on the SNES Mini and the Mega Drive Mini. Was it called SNES Classic? What's it called?
SNES Classic, yes, Classic, yeah.
And one of the things I actually mentioned was how the Mega Drive was so much more accurate of a representation of the original console, in that all the switches move, the volume control moves, and they've got like the little slots and even the bit on the side that can come off, like for the Sega CD. Whereas the Super Nintendo one, it didn't really have that. They sort of showed the switches, but you couldn't press the switches and things like that. And like even the cartridge slot didn't flap open and stuff like that. So yeah, that's like one of the things they're still saying, how actually the Mega Drive one's really impressive. And the fact that you can change languages to change the version of the game was even more impressive, because there's quite a few games on there which have different names. Some of them have slightly different features in them, like Probotector in the UK and Europe is actually Contra. In America, and it's called something else in Japan. I think Contra's the Hard War or something. I can't remember what it's called now.
Hardcore, I think. Hardcore, like one word. Hardcore.
Yeah. But that's also a really cool thing about it, that I think that they went the extra mile just trying to make it that even that little bit more special. And the Mega Drive Mini 2, even though it wasn't as well advertised and marketed, it's very good, like for people who want to try out these games, because there's a lot of games on there even I haven't played. No button.
No button. Oh. But that's a very good point. So obviously, I think you're right in terms of like having these games or some of these games available in other ways, and Sega is very prolific in releasing like compilations and stuff, and then delisting them. But they've been re-released several times throughout the years. But I don't think that's the problem with the Mega Drive Mini. It's just like, it's a testament to how Sega wants to make money with their like old titles. You obviously, if you want to like represent like what is the best and like the most well-known titles, the most popular ones, you'll have to go with some of those. But adding the addition of the Mini 2 with a different form factor makes it even more interesting, because if you own the two consoles, you really have a very good slice of what the Mega Drive and I guess Mega CD catalogs were all about, and not just the most popular ones, but some like more like, I don't think hidden gems is the right term, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'd call some of these hidden gems actually, because there's quite a few on there I'd never even heard of. So, yeah.
So I have, and because we're already like as in Sega Lounge short, Sega Lounge brief terms, we're still like, this is a very short show, but I have two questions for you. Do you think there's hope for any other like mini console in the future? I think we mentioned this before we started, because there's an official answer to this. Are we ever going to get another mini console? Okay, no, I thought yes.
The hope is there. That's what I can say, I think.
It looks like the market's just slightly shifted, I guess.
Perhaps, right? Perhaps. Okunari-san, in that interview I mentioned, said that they worked on the first Mega Drive Mini thinking that it would be a one-time thing. The Mega Drive Mini 2 was something like a dream to him. And he also considered it to be the first step to a series of mini consoles. It says they are also considering new products that are different from the Mega Drive Minis and Game Gear Micro. I guess we got the Astro City Minis. But the Mega Drive Mini 2 has to be a success for them to happen, which I'm not sure it was.
I don't make enough.
Yeah. The first one, we have numbers for those. By 2022, the first one had sold 1.5 million units worldwide.
Okay, that's good.
And I'm guessing from the interview, most of them outside of Japan. So if they were targeting Japan specifically for this and it didn't really sell that well, maybe that explains why other minis were not or are not being considered at this point. Yeah.
Maybe.
But my other question, maybe a little bit more interesting to close this, is why do you think they went with the Mega Drive instead of maybe something like the Master System, like Nintendo did? I was thinking about this the other day. Nintendo did the NES and then the SNES, or the NES and the SNES. Why do you think Sega went straight to the Mega Drive and the Genesis and not like the Master System?
I personally think it's simply because that was the most successful console worldwide, and they knew they'd hit the worldwide audience with the Mega Drive Mini 1, at least with all those games. They'd be like, "Yep, we've got a winner here," basically. Whereas the Master System, even though the Master System was really popular in some regions, like especially in Brazil and Japan, it's probably not as well known these days, especially I guess in like America and most of Europe. Yeah, I think that's the only reason. Money and success. They knew they could get a winner. But
probably,
it's about where I'd put it as well. I think it's, in terms of thinking about your key markets, Mega Drive's the most realistic one that ticks the most boxes. Like Japan, it was lukewarm on the Mega Drive, but everywhere else really got on with it. So it's the highest margin for success versus something like, say, the Master System. Yeah, Brazil loves it, Europe loves it, but America didn't. Japan kind of did at points, but not hugely. You know, you're got to weigh up the pros and cons in your markets, I guess, and they just went.
Yeah,
I think Mega Drive's the one you always had to start with, but I'm more surprised they never went back and did the Master System.
Yeah.
Once they'd established themselves.
because I also think even though the Master System was popular in Europe at the time, that the only games I think most people would still know are Sonic the Hedgehog, whereas there's like some of the other big games at the time, like Phantasy Star and stuff, aren't really household names these days. So I think the big games on the Master System may not have just landed really, except for among Sega fans and gamers. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess these are products mainly for Sega fans, right? First and foremost. I obviously they want to like. They also say, "Oh, these are great ways for newcomers to know our history and start playing our games, and maybe games that now have like current gen versions or titles in those series." But these are mostly nostalgia machines catering to old folks like us. I mean, like you and I, Graham, not really Viper. Yeah,
getting there. Time moves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can escape time. I think Master System, like, or like, call it whatever you want, but like with a bunch of like popular Master System games, putting your Sonics in there. So many 8-bit Sonics. Putting some Game Gear games in there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Some SG-1000 as well. Like sprinkle like 5 or 6 of them in there as well. Because you could, if you can get like 60 or 70 games on a Mega Drive Mini 2, you can get like 150 of 8-bit titles.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Right? And so maybe like 85 or 100, like that Mega Drive flashback thing you have, Graham. And sprinkle some SG-1000, some Game Gear in there, and you've got like a very cool 8-bit machine.
Yeah. I guess even though I just said that there's Sonic's probably the only household name, there were a lot of like Disney games, for example, on Master System and Game Gear, and some of them were really good, like Castle Illusion, Land of Illusion. There's another one. There's another Illusion game on there
Donald
as well.
Duck and Lucky Dime Caper.
There's a third Illusion.
Yeah, there's a third Illusion game. Can't remember what it's called either. I haven't played that one as much. Legend of Illusion. That's yeah. And then you've also got like Jungle Book, Lion King. They had 8-bit ports, which were really good as well. I remember
the Wonder Boys.
Wonder Boy as well. Yeah,
Wonder Boys. Fantasy Star you mentioned.
I'd be so sad because they couldn't do Light Gun, but I'd want Light Gun somehow. Make it work.
Yeah,
that was a big part of the Master System for me.
Outrun 3D.
Oh yeah,
like sell the glasses. They could sell the glasses, obviously, because they did for the Game Gear
add-on. Oh, so many ideas.
See, that would be amazing. I'd be there cool. Day one. Yeah. Who
Regardless,
knows?
you would be there day one, as we've established throughout this episode.
Yes. One more thing that I forgot to mention, and we really have to go because it's late and people are already like sleeping throughout this, but I'm having so much fun, so I apologize. Did you know there's Viper? You most definitely do know this, but there are hidden ROMs in the Mega Drive Mini 1, at least.
Yeah,
is that
depending on the region? So Japanese one has Aladdin. Same for the European one. It's inaccessible, but the ROM is there. Japanese got Aladdin, Gauntlet 4, Marble Madness, Puyo Puyo, Shining Force 2, and Sonic 1, which they didn't get in their mini. We got Sonic 1, but they didn't. What? North American one has Mortal Kombat 2 and Sword of Vermilion. Europe and Australia had Aladdin, Mortal Kombat 2, and Sword of Vermilion. The Asian version had Aladdin, Dynamite Headdy, Gauntlet 4, and Marble Madness.
What? Why are they? So the ROMs are there, but
they're inaccessible, but you can use mods to unlock them.
Why are they there?
What's some sort of sorcery? Which we do not condone on this show.
No, of course.
Of course.
Didn't Mortal Kombat make it onto the second one, actually? Did I see that on the list? Oh, it did?
Yeah,
okay.
It did. Yeah.
Some of them were probably just conflicts. Like, wasn't there an Aladdin collection the same year as the Mega Drive Mini.
Maybe.
I imagine that was part of it.
Because that's
the Sega ones make no sense, of course, but the licensed ones I can kind of see why there'd be reasons to not do it. But it's still sad. I can still complain as a player, even if I get it.
Aladdin is one of the first Mega Drive games I played on my Mega Drive when I got it, and it's still today one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, same.
Great.
Yeah,
man, so good, and it's so much better than the Super Nintendo game. That's terrible.
The old debate.
But it is. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but I thought I'd mention this because I think it's fun.
I'm going to crack this bad boy open later.
No, you can't do that.
No, he's not. No, he is not. No, we're gonna.
It's definitely not why I have the Genesis
he's
one
such
out.
a joker. No, we do not condone emulation. We do not condone like modding or hacking. No.
I'm not going to
do whatever you want.
Smash it open and see if the games are inside there.
Oh, that's Aladdin in there.
Come on! No, that's the wrong meaning. It's the other one.
It's like Zoolander when they find their files are in the computer and they go, it's in the computer. Where are the files gone? I'll free you, Aladdin. Don't worry, I've got you.
Get out of the Cave of Wonders. Okay. And that's enough. And that's where we draw the line. It's late. Guys, thank you very much for joining me for this. This was a very fun celebration of the Mega Drive Mini 1 and 2. And I think also the Game Gear Micro, which was not really intended, but we ended up talking about it. That was a lot of fun as well. Yeah.
5 years, baby.
Very good. Happy 5th anniversary to the Game Gear Micro. Maybe one day I'll get one. Who knows?
Please do.
And I'll share if that happens. But guys, thank you for joining me. So feel free to tell the good people listening in where they can find you. Let's start with Viper.
Oh, it's me. Okay. You can catch me. I got laughs last week at thegreenviper8.lol on Blue Sky because the domain was £1 Great British pound for the year. Aside from that, you can catch me on RadioSEGA, where you may or may not be listening to this. I am live Fridays at 7 p.m. UK time with Pick and Mix, or live some weekdays, twitch.tv/thegreenviper8. Come and join me, maybe.
Not maybe, definitely. Yes. Okay.
Whatever we did last week.
Graham, what about you?
So personally, I'm not hugely on social media, just myself, but I don't have time for it these days. But you can catch me on the Sega Spirit Show. So that's the podcast I do with co-host Scotty, who's also been on the Sega Lounge a couple of times with me as well. But you can find us on YouTube. If you just go to the Sega Spirit Show on YouTube, we also are on Blue Sky and Instagram as well. So you can find us on there. We're probably not as hot on social media as we should be or could be, but we are getting better at it. And I think last time I was on the show, I was talking about the audio versions were coming out on, Apple and Spotify. There have actually been issues with me getting the audio versions out. With the platform we use, Podbean's, being a bit annoying. So we've actually got like 3 episodes out audio wise. So I need to fix that. And then I can get the rest of the episodes out because we've got done like 13 episodes now. So still quite young, but we kind of do it every 2 weeks. We do a show. So actually meant to be recording one tomorrow. So maybe by the time this comes out, the next episode will be out of the Sega Spirit Show. And we are looking at, what game are we looking at? I've just forgotten. Oh, Condemned. Okay. Criminal Origins. Xbox. Yeah, Xbox 360 exclusive by Sega because it's Halloween, kind of spooky, want to play a sort of scary game. And the previous episode, though, if you're interested, we talked about the House of the Dead movie. So not the game, the terrible Uwe Boll movie. And it was a lot of fun, though, to talk trash about it, I guess. So check us out, please. And like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah. Do that, please. Yes. Highly recommended. As for myself, I'm here every week. So do check us out on our socials, like especially Blue Sky at thesegalounge.com. Missed opportunity. If I had known about that, it would be segalounge.lol, but no. And also do subscribe to our YouTube channel. So since I actually recorded a lot of like footage for these, not a lot, but a little bit of footage for some of these games. Do you know about our 30 seconds of Sega Education videos, shorts? So maybe some of these games will show up on there, and we'll share some interesting facts about that. So do check out that, and also just subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video versions. But even if you're listening, it's much appreciated. Thank you very much for joining us for this episode 278 of the Sega Lounge. Go play the Mega Drive Mini 1 and or 2. And we will see you. There you go. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. The Sega Lounge, hosted by me, KC, a Mixsound Productions podcast and part of Radio Sega's network of live shows and podcasts. Theme song and incidental music by OSC. Got any suggestions? Drop me an email to podcast@thesegalounge.com. Find us at thesegalounge.com on Blue Sky. Check out our YouTube channel for our video content and follow us on Twitch to join our Let's Play sessions and live episodes. You can find previous episodes of the show by going to thesegalounge.com, on the TerraPlayer app, and wherever you listen to podcasts.